Hello, y'all. So I am back with season 2, episode 4 of Chasing Atlanta. And honey, we doing good. I'm actually recording on a Saturday, which means y'all should get this out within a timely manner. Like, I can either do tomorrow. Well, no, let me not say tomorrow because I still got to upload this and I got a live stream going on afterwards. But I don't know. I might still be able to pull off Sunday. Also, side note, y'all, I thought I'd give y'all a little bit of background with my makeup. Like I said, for some reason, let me go ahead and match the background and give you intergalactic Pharaoh. Honey, that's what I feel like. I feel like I'm giving intergalactic Pharaoh, honey. Alien superstar. Ow, bad bitch set. Matter of fact, yeah, this is what we giving. Honey, we giving darn on alien superstar. Ow. Even with this darn going lipstick shade, honey, it is a unique custom chrome red with a blue reflect to it. So you see the blue, but the dominant base of it is actually red. So that darn going color clash with the red and the blue and the glitter, just giving the texture look. I love it, honey. But anyways, let's get into the show, honey. Chasing Atlanta, season 2, episode 4. Everybody's meeting up at the home, but rewind. We get back to how Poetic and Rich Bomb end up meeting. They meet a few days prior at Rich Bomb's home studio. I was like, well, damn. The girl's doing it up in LA. I thought it was his little smaller because we seen darn going. And it ain't nothing wrong with having an apartment. Hell, all y'all shit's better than my darn going run down piece of crap. Hell, even darn going Miss Hershey LaCour, honey, her little apartment's darn going doing better than mine. But I was like, okay, we got another decent size summer apartment, but that was just a darn on studio. So I was like, oh. If this is what the studio is giving, is your house Rich Bomb giving darn going a run for Nicole's money over there? He did say he's in the army and he was darn going dating somebody related to darn going Congressman Maxine Waters. I wouldn't put it past him. Come on through darn going Rich honey. See, now I love when the girls live up to their name. Unlike some folks that kept saying that they're pretty and paid, but they wearing a forever darn going 21 darn going money suit for darn going $12.99 at best. So I love when the girls actually got money. But we'll get to Mr. Potato in a moment. But we end up learning that both of them lost their mothers young. My condolences. If I can trade, if y'all can get y'all mothers alive and, you know, I can get rid of this damn demon as a substitute, I would definitely offer up the demon for y'all to have y'all parents back. Because it looks like, unlike my egg donor, they was actually connected to their mother. So, condolences to them. Like I said, if I can darn gonna make a sacrifice for y'all to have y'all's, honey, I would definitely do it. Both were in the military. I think Poetic is the one that was in the army. And Rich Bomb was in the Air Force. I was like, well, damn, girl, what the heck? You over here multifaceted and shit. Matter of fact, okay, bitch, you is giving the Jay Moore over here mixed in with Rico because you got a hood element to you. But you multifaceted like darn gone Jay Moore over there on Atlanta. It's like this bitch got all these damn different jobs and shit. But these are all solid, legitimate jobs. It ain't like little small end jobs like some other folks, honey. So, honey, come on through Rich Bomb. And then we find out he's diagnosed with depression. My empathies go out with you. I am, I'm trying to figure out when was I first diagnosed. I think I was diagnosed as early as like 11 years old with clinical depression. So my empathies go out with you. And then PTSD, which is very common for people in the military to suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder. That's what PTSD stands for, y'all. And we about to see him have a little bit of a PTSD moment later on. Ooh. But anyways, then we get Rich Bomb out the blue is trying to call out Poetic about King Pain and what you know about King Pain. I was like, now wait a minute, now bitch, now it's like, Why we going at it with the king? Like, he done did your hair. It wasn't no commotion. That's why I said, I'm starting to be with King Pang on this. And I ain't in a member of the Crown family, honey. Y'all know every time they mention King Pang, the crowns go up in the chat. I'm not a fan. I'm a fan of King Pang's, but I'm not a stan of King Pang's. But this is like out the blue. This is like a reach. Like, it's like, why is Rich Bob so thirsty to learn about the backstory with King Pang? And when you met him, it wasn't nothing but all goodness or whatnot. So it's like, y'all was doing good for the most part. Like, why create unnecessary shade where it don't need to be shade? See, I'm glad Poetic took the high road in this moment and paid it dust. It was like, honey, I ain't seen him. Yeah, I'm friends with Andre, but even Andre told me to form my own opinions and reserve judgment for myself. If he ain't done nothing to me, I'm cool. And that's very admirable of both Andre and Poetic. Poetic for not being biased and cliquish, and Andre for not putting his friend in the situation to even, try to, because I came in as your friend, I automatically got to be against darn going King Pang. So, honey, congrats on both of them for being the bigger person, at least for now, honey. Then we get over to where else? Okay, back to the party, honey. So, but before we get to the party, a little side note: the lotion that I'm using today, I love this lotion. You can only get it at Big Lots. Honey, y'all know every time I do one of these videos, I got to do my own bootleg sponsorship. Honey, I ain't got my water with me today. I'm saving my water for when I go live in a couple hours. But this is the one that I normally get that smells like baby powder, but I like this one more. It's a little bit more of a herbal scent. It's the hemp seed oil. Nice, darn on luscious blue color, have your darn on melanin skin popping. And now, why am I giving y'all this lotion sponsorship? Because y'all know we as chocolatey people, honey, we tend to darn gonna be more susceptible to the ash. And Rich Bomb, I was looking at them knees, I was like, now Mr. Brown, now bitch, why you got them knees ashy like you been on your knees? Ain't my Mary J. Blige voice, honey. If you don't go down to the Big Lots and get you some of this darn hemp, honey, it smells gorgeous. A nice unisexual like smell. Cause y'all know I'm not because I know this can throw you all the way off, honey. I'm glammed up today. But I actually like more of an androgynous type of scent. Like, I don't go for the very floral, because they got the scents that's very floral-y and cinnamon. I don't like those. I like the androgynous, like soft masculine tone scents. Like, not too masculine, but definitely not feminine. So, honey, yeah, Rich Bomb, go down to the Big Lots. You see how it has my darn, and we about around the same complexion range, boo. You see how it just has my skin just a popping. And like I said, you get a big old thing for darn. You get 17 ounces, and a little bit goes a long way. Look at that little bit right there. It just goes a long way. You just needed just that much on them darn ashy knees. I wanted to come over there so bad and just darn gently just rub those, because everything else was looking good. The leg, I was like, damn, why is it just the knees ashy? Everything else is just nice, suckling and glowing and shit. And then it was just the knees. So, honey, I just wanted to rub Rich Bomb kneecaps down. I'm the only one that noticed them ashy kneecaps, honey. But back to the party, honey. We came to party, hey, hey. Or so we thought, honey. So we thought. We get back over to the darn party, right? And Jayla not showing up to another event, which marks strike 2 in Nicole's book. I was like, now, bitch, this ain't even your damn event. Why you putting this as a strike 2? We get a little bit of backstory on that. So, Here we go with breaking the fourth. I'm about tired of these girls breaking the fourth wall. And this ain't this show. It's all the shows across multiple franchises. It's like we just gotten all too comfortable just oh. And once again, later on, Jeremy got so frustrated he walked out of his own home. He on the phone talking about, yeah, we in the midst of doing a scene and whatnot. Like, okay, we know y'all recording, but goddamn, y'all don't supposed to make it known that y'all recording. Like, am I the only one that's irritated with that, like the constant breaking of the fourth wall? Now, I don't mind it on the after shows, like the live streams and shit after the fact, but I'm talking about like literally within the scene, you talking about production and shit, like that's what irritates me. Don't y'all stop doing the shit on Instagram, honey. DivaWuan loves getting the extra tea that y'all spill on Instagram and stuff. But yeah, Nicole talking about this is strike 2. And she clarifies that on her Instagram by saying, well, hell, all of us is darn gonna obligated to have events and shit, and we have to show up at a call time, and this bitch get to skate by on safe. It's darn going on episode 4, and this bitch ain't been to a group scene yet. This bitch darn gonna get to skate by on safety, and I got to carry the work as the new chick. Oh, hell no. So I can understand Nicole's frustration on that a little bit. But once again, girl, and Dario and them allowed it. Q allowed it. Your issue shouldn't be with Jayla. Don't be mad because Jayla getting the privileges. Take that up with production. You redirected your anger boo at the wrong person. Take that up with production. But then everybody's introducing themselves. And then as people introducing themselves, in comes William the darn going so-called baddest, honey. She pretty and paid and all this, that, and the third. She's the thickest white boy in darn going, honey, is that what y'all calling thick out there? Y'all have it, child. That's what we calling thick out there in the West. This is the darn going key example of darn going processed, darn going, this do not consume processed foods, honey. Do not consume GMO darn gone vegetables, honey. That's what you giving me, honey. Everything not to do, honey. And then the keep bragging about your body and this, that, and the third. You thick and you still shaped like a motherfucking darn gone botched potato. Like, how the hell you got $20,000 worth of BBL done and you still got a good? How the hell you got all this surgery and bitch you still built like the me? And let me just say this. William ain't done nothing personally to me, but it's just this different. And I know he filmed this beforehand. But it's like just a 180 of seeing him over here versus Bad Boys. And then you doing all this pretty and paid shit, but you got this darn gone Michelin man, darn gone Mr. Potato Head hybrid cross body. I just don't see it for William, honey. And nobody else did either. Everybody was looking like, everybody was thinking like, okay, why is this white boy here? And you know, once again, no shade. No shade to the people that don't got no shade. But it's like, if you want to do an affirmative action hire and get some different races thrown in the mix, can we get somebody that actually legitimately flows into the clique? Like, can we get an actual white boy that actually does got some spice or something to it? And he don't got to be a Latino or nothing. Because we damn sure don't need a friend 2.0. And matter of fact, it's like every time y'all get the non-melanated person, it always got to be an old bad botch built bitch. First it was friend, now we got darn on Mr. Potato Head / Michelin Man's offspring. It's like, why can't we get a decent shaped white boy from the West Coast? Honey, they doing the white folks wrong out there in the West Coast, honey. Moving on. Now, Nicole, bitch, I'm gonna have to drag you a little bit later, but this confessional look. Hold on, yeah. I just had to turn my phone into airplane mode because it'd be my luck. I get an incoming call and it silence my audio. But honey, I'm going to give you credit where credit is due. God damn, that bitch was looking some type of motherfucking fierce as per usual. I was like, honey, this goddamn Nicole is just gonna have me going through the motions like the goddamn Lemonade album. At one point, I want to slap the shit out of this bitch. Then I want to raid this bitch closet. Then I have a huge admiration for her darn going business acumen and what she does. Then she makes me want to laugh. Then she makes me want to darn go and slap the shit out of her again. And then I be like, honey, darn gone Nicole got me going through. See, this bitch make for, honey, bring her back already. Bring this bitch back for season 3. She's the bitch that we like to hate. Well, I don't like to hate her. It really pisses me off when I have to drag her ass, like I'm going to have to do later on. But she brings the drama where I have to cuss her ass the fuck out. But then she brings the entertainment relief. And then she brings the working. Honey, she's very multifaceted and just brings everything. So it's like, just off of that alone, honey, she earned her spot. I can see why she darn gonna irritated with Jayla. It's like, bitch, I'm brand new on the scene and I'm carrying the whole damn show I just about. And your ass get the darn gonna slide safely in the motherfucking background. In the background. Honey, Nicole was like, bitch, even though I can carry this by myself, bitch, you wanna come out here and darn gonna put in your fair share of work too. She almost want to be like motherfucking, what's that yellow character? I can't think of his name right up now. Scorpion. Get over here, honey. And I think that bitch is a Scorpion too, honey. She living up to her zodiac sign because she want the darn gonna send for Jayla so damn bad, child. But anyways, honey, that black and white with the red lip and the bun. Bitch, you did that. You did that, honey. Then we get over to... Okay, this is where I got confused. Because on the after show, when it came to William, she said that this scene was recorded in January, but all of this is the same night. And then when Jayla was brought up, not the suit, but the green shirt or whatnot from Ian. Ian was like, this bitch still bringing up this darn on shirt many months later. Like, we done went, and he said specifically, we done went through darn going New Year's, Groundhog Day, and Easter. Now, Easter is in March, right? Either Easter is at the end of March or the beginning of April. So I'm assuming maybe Ian might have slipped up and darn going got his dates confused. I'm like, how in the hell you get April confused? But April and January is... I can see getting the last week of January mixed up with the first week of February or some shit like that. The last week of December with the first week of... Or the first 2 weeks of January. But how in the hell you get a 3-month difference from darn on Nicole? So now I really need to know, when the hell was the scene filmed? Was it filmed in April? Or was it filmed in motherfucking darn going January? Based on how the folks was dressed, I'm going to be inclined to believe that this shit was done in January and Ian had his dates confused, child. And I'm surprised production didn't pick that shit up. Like, girl, this scene that you talking about is done in January. What you talking about many months later? Now, granted, it was a couple months later because when she did the Friendsgiving, that was like she said it was 2 weeks before Thanksgiving in January. So you can say, okay, it's a couple months, December, January. But you don't say Groundhog's Day on the pass and darn going Easter. That would threw me off because that's in February and darn going March. Like I said, production do better. Y'all should have called that out and had him take 2 on that. But then we get to, okay, I'm assuming that this shit must be a West Coast thing because as everybody finished introducing themselves, it's like everybody has this bougie ass response. I was like, this must be a West Coast thing. Because Poetic was cool, calm, collective. Rich Bond was cool, calm, collective. Jeremy was tolerable. Everybody else was just doing the most, honey. Doing the most for me, honey. Then we got Andre's messy ass calling up Jayla. Then Nicole's upset because Jayla supposedly had surgery, and this is what we did not hear. They said Jayla was recovering from some sort of surgery, but she's at the store, Dollar Tree, apparently. Now, depending on the surgery, And that's where y'all never clarified on what type of surgery did she have. Because just because somebody has surgery don't mean they might not still be able to get up and move around. Now, unless this bitch supposed to have some sort of reconstructive surgery, like unless she had just went and had a BBL done, it's like, now bitch, you ain't moving around that goddamn fast, walking freely at the Dollar Tree. You just got a BBL, or you just got a liposuction. But if she had something very minor done, like if she had a tonsillectomy done, because that's considered a surgery, like they didn't specify what type of surgery she had, first of all. Nicole, even with you ranting, you didn't specify what type of surgery she had. She could have had a surgery and it could have been like a tonsillectomy where it's like, well, she could still be up and moving and walking around. She just, didn't feel like coming to the scene because if she had a tonsillectomy, her voice is still sore and whatnot. Not saying that's the case, but it could have been something like that. Or she could have had some stitches removed. Well, that wouldn't be constituted as surgery. She could have had a gallbladder removed or something like that. It's a lot of stuff that constituted surgery that you would still be able to move around. Like, hell, you can even have a rhinoplasty and darn going to be up and moving the next day. So that don't necessarily stop you from moving around and going to the damn store. So yeah, I need somebody to clarify on what type of surgery did Jayla actually have. Because it could have been something where she still don't want to be around people. Because it's like, well, hell, bitch, if I just had surgery on my throat, I don't feel like going back and forth arguing with y'all, and I just had a tonsillectomy. So once again, somebody please tell me what surgery did Dargon Jayla allegedly have. And then apparently William is friends with Dargon Jayla, something that we didn't see. And he's talking about, this girl is coming from my friend. She jealous, honey, because she pretty and thick and honey. And she jealous of Dargon. I was like, now girl. Now why the fuck you set Jayla up for failure like that? Now, honey, Lord knows if we had to choose who we like, honey, Jayla ain't even been on the scene. And just how nasty Dargon Nicole has came off. It's like, I can see why a lot of people will naturally gravitate towards Jayla. But at the same time, though, we still got eyes. And if we're being honest, who in the hell is saying Jayla got a badder shape than motherfucking Dargon Nicole? Nicole over there shaped like a motherfucking curvy brick house. And Jayla ain't bad shaped like... I wouldn't necessarily call her thick. She's not fat. She's not even fluffy. I would say she's solid frame. Like she has a Sherry Shepherd type of body type. Like she has that, very big boobs. But, and I always pick on her and say she reminds me of if Dargon Patrick Star was able to have a baby with Dargon Mrs. Puff off of Dargon SpongeBob SquarePants. She has that Dargon Sherry Shepherd type of shape where it's like she just solid and Dargon just got a whole lot of boobs. Like the rest of her is not fat. She just solidly round, if that makes sense. And the best thing I can say is like Patrick Star that had a baby with Dargon Mrs. Puff. That's what Dargon Jayla gives me. She ain't got no bad shape. It's an average shape. And then I think she's very young. I want to say Jayla's like, 22, 23? Nicole, no shade, girl. You old enough to be this girl's mama. You 40, 41? You could have had her when you was in high school. So it's like she been around a lot longer. The income brackets are totally different. Miss Dargon Nicole got a coin. She's Dargon got easily 15 years up on Dargon on Jayla. And then we don't know when both of these girls started their transitions. Now obviously we know Jayla started hers young because she's still only about 22, 23. But she's could have only been like 4 years into this. Versus Nicole, if she started when she's 18, she's over 20 years into her transition. So you can't compare a trans woman who is in the top, let me see, I think in California you have to make $700,000 a year to be in the top 1%. I don't think she makes that much. I'm going to say she's easily in the top 5%. You can't compare a bitch who's in the top 5% of income earners, who's had 20 years to transition, to a bitch who is only in her early 20s, who is still establishing herself, who is more likely in the average income earners that's comfortable to like 60% of the U.S. population. 60% of the U.S. makes under $50,000 a year. Once again, over 60% of Americans make under $60,000 a year, and I strongly believe Jayla is in that darn bracket. Maybe on the higher end, but still on the average, income spectrum. So it's like, why is you even comparing? That would rub me the wrong way right there. It's like, now, bitch, you unnecessarily comparing two beautiful black trans women of two totally different backgrounds to each other when it's not called for. I understand you was trying to, defend but that was not the way to defend your friend, because like I said, Nicole ultimately has the baddest shape, honey. She darn going lovely, honey. Versus Jayla is shaped okay. Those are my honest thoughts, honey. But ultimately, both of the girls pretty at the end of the day, honey. Both is what I aspire to, honey. Because I'm still, as y'all can tell, I'm very early on in my shit, honey. My next appointment for my darn gonna upgrade on my estradiol is this Tuesday, y'all. Y'all wish me luck. But, yeah, the lie detector determined William that was a lie. Moving on. Then we get to the shady question game. I don't know why these girls don't retire this goddamn game. They are so adamant on this motherfucking game. They don't never go right, child. And then the first question is, who you don't see it for out the gate. Rich Bomb gets the question. Now, you're able to pass the question off to somebody else, and then you're automatically required to answer the next question. So he passed it over to William. William played it safe and said he don't see it for his damn self because he ain't the loudest person in the room. Nicole is confused. She was like, what you mean you ain't the loudest person in the room? You mean as far as presence or boisterous or whatnot? So I was like, Nicole, see, this is what's going to get you in trouble later on, because you kept taking your unnecessary darn jabs. Everybody darn was taken back by William, but you the only bitch that keeps darn pushing the issue. But yeah, he said himself. Rich Bomb then gets to questioning who got the best music. Naturally, he said himself. He got the best music. Then we get over to, let me see. Honey, eventually Andre got fed up. He went outside. Out the blue, he's mad at Jeremy Copeland for some shit that he said way back in season 1. I was like, what is with the folks holding on to shit until conveniently it's time to record? Like, first it was you. Now, Andre, girl, we got to have a conversation. Now, you and King Payne allegedly made up and hugged it on out. Now y'all still got beef come season 2. Then we ain't heard nothing about you and Jeremy having any issues. And now comes season 2. Here we go again. Because Jeremy said some slick shit. And yeah, Jeremy is the one that be passive aggressive, like Cynthia. She slightly throws the rock or whatnot. Now, she wasn't necessarily hiding her hands, but she plays the safe card a little too comfortable for your liking. You now is calling out Jeremy. And Jeremy was like, well, bitch, you don't pull your fashions from Rodeo Drive. You pull your fashions from downtown. Now, bitch, California, honey, is among the most expensive place to live in. Hell, downtown is probably equivalent to like the upper echelon of some of us other states, such as North Kakalaki or whatnot. So it's like, well, hell, even if he is pulling from downtown, he's pulling from downtown of one of the most highest, the most expensive place to live in the whole damn nation. So, hell, he's doing good. Hell, he got Diamond. I mean, granted, Diamond is a C-list rapper. I don't think she's ever had a top 20 hit on Billboard. But, honey, we know Diamond well enough, honey. Especially with me, honey. I love the My Chick Bad video. My Chick Bad. Now, granted, darn going Evie Eve and Nicki Minaj was the ones that killed it the most. Honey, they put my Southern girls to shame. Honey, darn going Trina and darn going Diamond didn't stand a chance up against darn going Evie Eve and darn going Nicki Minaj. But still, Diamond is memorable nonetheless. So it's like, honey, she darn gonna have some solid darn going clientele nonetheless now, bitch. Now, now I can understand Andre being a little bit frustrated. It's like, now, bitch, don't give me too much. Because it's like, when the last time Beyonce done tapped your shoulder, hoe? And then, see, now, if darn gone Andre really wanted to be ugly, honey, Andre could have been like, now, bitch, you talking about me darn going only pulling from Rodeo Drive. I mean, not Rodeo Drive, but downtown. But meanwhile, you over there hanging around fries and shit. See, I guess Andre didn't want to throw no ricochet bullets at people. But honey, I would have definitely drugged darn on Tadrick Hall up in this. Because it was like, now, bitch, you was over there pretending that Tadrick house was your house. And come to find out, both of y'all are low-key on some fried shit. Because it ain't even his darn on house. He darn gon' got evicted, darn gon' faking the front for darn gon' social media, talking about he living in this darn gon' mansion and shit, and you was renting the shit. Now the thing is this, he was renting the shit for $30,000 a goddamn month. Now California's expensive, but it ain't that goddamn expensive. $30,000 a month, Tadra, I'm trying to figure out why in the hell you did not just get a reasonable price house. You could have had a house like Nicole and been paying what, about hell nowhere near that amount. I want to say Nicole is living in like an $800,000 house. You could have easily had just a simple $5,000 a month mortgage, bitch. Why in the hell you over there paying, just throwing away $30,000 a month? That didn't make sense. But you ain't paying some of the darn on your dances and shit. Like I said, just living above your means, child. But let me move up off that. The Tadrick ain't a part of this darn going programming, honey. But I damn sure would have drugged him right on into this, honey, because birds of a feather flock together, just like I'm about to reach for somebody else's friend too, honey. Hold on to that. Because, Taj, your ass is in danger. I'm going to go ahead and tell you this right now. Okay, then we get a confused darn going, okay, I was confused on this. Did darn going Andre buy... Okay. So Andre says that an LLC only lasts for a year. Now, I don't know if that's a California thing. LLCs do not have a necessarily expiration date. Like, I don't know if Andre was confusing an LLC with a trademark, because a trademark is something that you got to renew every 9 months to a year. But a LLC is not necessarily... you renew it per se. It's like you send in your annual report before a certain deadline, and it varies from state to state. But when you do your taxes, you also have to submit to your state treasury your earnings report, even if you did not earn anything from the company, which we know King Payne didn't earn shit from the company because he darn gone held on to it just to be spiteful. But the thing is, when you don't send in an annual report to your local state treasury, after so many months, it can dissolve the business, and automatically the name gets put back on the market for somebody to purchase. So King Payne thinking that he can just hold the shit in you know, into perpetuity and not do anything with the business, he probably didn't think to be more petty and darn going to pay the actual fees and stuff associated with owning of the LLC. He let the shit dissolve, and then Andre was obviously able to come back and darn going pick up his darn going business name. That's what I'm assuming actually happened. Not that they actually expired, but the business itself dissolved and you just reclaim the name and reestablish the business, which is actually your business to begin with, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's the legalities in regards to that, y'all. I can't explain it in too much intricate detail because I'm not necessarily a business lawyer, but I am somebody that does own my own LLC. I own my aesthetics practice, you know, Royal Garnet Aesthetics. And that's how the laws work here in North Carolina. But like I said, it can be a whole different ball. You know, California be having their own set of laws and shit. So maybe it might be where it can darn on to inspire. But I know usually a LLC don't inspire, honey. To anybody who practices law in California, honey, y'all feel free to clarify on that, honey. But moving on, then we get Jeremy. Now, girl, you was doing too much. Jeremy darn going ends up snapping periodically. He ends up darn going snapping on Nicole and Rich Bomb. Because the thing is this. Andre was getting upset with darn going King Pain. Nicole was trying to calm Andre down and pull him to the side real quick. But as Nicole was trying to pull Andre to the side, honey, Jeremy was like, oh no, bitch, we about to settle this right here. So naturally, that threw Nicole off guard. Was like, wait a minute, what? So now in Jeremy's defense, he's like, every time y'all bitches go to the side, y'all end up forming cliques and shit. And it's like, okay, now Jeremy, you projecting real heavy. Like, you talking to half of these bitches are new and don't know the other parties and shit. They ain't forming cliques. They're Nicole, yeah, she can be messy and all this, that, and the third. Lord knows we can drag the bitch when need be. But we ain't about to drag her when she ain't in the wrong. Like, she was literally trying to be the mediator in this situation. And you go darn going snapping on her and darn on Rich Bomb. So then some people was trying to go out to the hallway. And to darn going Jeremy's partial defense, he lives in one of those apartments. The overpricedness of trying to live in the city, honey. It's like, I'd rather live in the suburbs, child. But he lives in one of those multi-story apartment complexes where you go out into the hallway, you got the neighbor's doors right there. So he was like, bitch, y'all ain't about to have me thrown out my motherfucking apartment. I live here, bitch. This ain't darn gone bad boys club where we can just pack the shit up and just call it scene. It's like, bitch, I'm going to have to be shacking up at somebody's place. Y'all get to carrying on too tough. So he was trying to drag people back in the house. Honey, doggone. Now, what was the war that was done back in the early 2000s under the Bush administration? Because, you know, Rich Bomb was a little bit too young to have gone to Vietnam and Desert Storm. But, honey, doggone, Rich Bomb had an old PTSD moment, not to make light of the situation. Honey, doggone, Rich Bomb was like, oh, hold up, motherfucker. You better get your peoples. You better get your people. And this is where the culture shit, this is where there was a culture difference. Because, honey, Jeremy was just so confused. Jeremy was like, my people? What you mean? What the hell you mean get my peoples, honey? Doggone Jeremy for a second was thinking like, wait a minute, did somebody do something? You talking about get your peoples, like somebody did somebody do something? But he was talking about, no, bitch, you better get your peoples ready because I'm about to whoop your ass and you gonna need some backup for a bitch like me. See, a hood bitch knew where Rich Bomb was coming from. Because, see, Rich Bomb is an old Louisiana motherfucker. And, honey, me being a cackalacky bitch, honey, when darn going Rich Bomb said, bitch, you better get your peoples. You better get your peoples. I said, oh, Lord, Rich Bomb, don't do it to Jeremy. Jeremy old prissy bitch, honey. Jeremy ain't about that life, girl. Don't do it, honey. Don't bring motherfucking Nolo on the goddamn scene, hoe. Ooh, but that was a funny damn scene right there, honey. It caused doggone old boy to end up having to do a whole 360, honey. Doggone Jeremy calmed his ass down real quick. He was like, oh, wait a minute. He ended up later on going in the hallway talking about, let's just talk about it and whatnot. Honey, doggone Rich Bomb wanted to get a stance. I was like, oh, Lord, Rich Bomb about to knock this poor boy. I mean, like, god damn, the bitch just got out of a damn boot, honey. You trying to put the motherfucker back in a damn boot. Hell, doggone Jeremy really about to be fucked up. His dance career about to be over with, honey. Trying to tangle with doggone Rich Bomb, honey. And And y'all know usually I don't go for trade like aggression. I told y'all trade is problematic for so many reasons. That's why DivaWuan typically has a proclivity in later years for the butch queens and the twinks, honey. Despite the fact that I'm a full-fledged trans woman, I know I just have so many darn gone nuances with me. It darn gonna confuses my damn self half the time. But honey, it was just something about Rich Bomb and that aggression, honey, that was a slight turn on, honey. And like I said, I'm usually not turned on by doggone hood foolish shenanigans. But honey, it was just something about doggone the way Rich Bomb was ready to handle Jeremy. I was like, oh Lord, don't do it. Cause Jeremy is the cute person for, you know, all the other girls. But honey, I was looking at Rich Bomb with a whole different light. I was like, ooh, honey. Honey, I needed to borrow King Payne's fan, honey. But, honey, they darn gonna worked it out, honey. Jeremy instantly got down to Humbleville real motherfucking quick, honey. And then I do appreciate, let me say this also about Nicole. I'm noticing Nicole will say slick shit in her confessionals, but she's basically repeating herself because the shit that she's saying in her confessionals are the same things that she said in the moment that needed to be said. So I do appreciate that about darn one Nicole. Once again, I'm giving this bitch all her flowers before I have to darn gonna snatch her by her darn going weave, honey. But yeah, I will say this, she will darn gonna say what needs to be said to your darn gonna face. Hershey and King Payne going at it, honey. Now, King, this is where you was out of order. You talking about, I was like, now, girl, you on your Nene Leaks moment talking about you made a bitch. Now, if anybody was going to break the fourth wall, Hershey could have broke the fourth. But, honey, I guess Hershey was like, now, bitch, Q ain't did nothing to me. I ain't about to bring up the obvious shit. Like, now, King Payne, you talking about you made Hershey this, that, and the third. And it's like, well, honey, none of y'all motherfuckers get paid for this shit. And I hate to bring up y'all competition G-Status, which, honey, G-Status done finally, honey, he done finally managed to get the lost files off of old boy, the chocolate boy that used to be over there in production. Alan done finally got the lost files. And we about to see 15 minutes of this darn gone reunion. Because they said they only darn gonna record it but so long before DivaWuan found out that he wasn't getting paid because he catered the whole reunion. And then they didn't have his money. And then these bitches talking shit. And y'all think y'all about to eat my motherfucking darn gone food. Honey, darn gone DivaWuan wasn't humble like Willa, honey. She was like, now, bitch, I ain't about to pay. I come up to this scene for free. Well, actually, no. We found out that the girls over there on G-Status actually do get paid. Now, I don't know when that started. I guess that might have started with when Alan took over. But, honey, let's just say they was like everybody else. They was getting nothing. It's like, now, bitch, I'm darn going, the most you can do, the least you can do is darn gonna pay me for the food that I cater. And you ain't paying that, honey, DivaWuan turned the motherfucker out. It was, that carried on so much they had to shut the production down early, child. But we about to see that, honey. After all these years, it's been, what, damn near 3 years later. Boom. But, honey, Hershey darn going, cause say, well, bitch, we ain't none of us hoes getting paid over here, honey. How the hell you talking about you made me? I've been doing drag long before this show and be doing drag after this motherfucker. I had a goddamn name before this bitch. Unlike any of y'all motherfuckers. See, Hershey could have did like a Candy bitch. The only thing she couldn't have said is, I'm motherfucking worldwide. She could have been like, nationwide is on your side. Bitch, all of California knew me before we even knew what a 10-4 King Payne was. Like, honey, Hershey could have darn gone went at Hershey so Hershey could have went at King Payne so gutter. Talking about, bitch, you made me. Girl, who is you outside of this damn show, ho? See, it wouldn't have paid for me to been going at it with King Payne. And now King Payne, don't go sending your minions in the chat. I'm just darn going saying what I would have said if I was pissed off at you. I would have been like, now, bitch, the only thing you known for is sitting your jolly darn gone ass over there on that goddamn YouTube dragging another actual successful bitch. You over there darn gone clout chasing off of somebody else's darn gone name, and you talking about somebody needs to ride on your coattails when you trying to dick ride a darn gone 7-inch darn gone Storm Monroe who always want to twirl his darn gone bussy in people's face every time he get a chance on that darn gone YouTube. See, that's how Hershey should have darn gone cleared your motherfucking ass darn. See, they know who and who not to cast. See, they would have cast the old southern bitch like me on there, honey. King Payne would have been ready to darn gonna tumble with me, honey. Cause my mouth is some type of reckless. But you know her, and I thought, well, maybe because Hershey's a young bitch, honey. Now Hershey, how old is you? Because King Payne is 31, he says, but King Payne says he older than you. I mean, you older than him. I was like, well, damn. Now, King Payne, you set yourself up for failure for that one, because I was like, well, damn, darn going, however old darn going Hershey is, honey, she look damn good for her motherfucking age, bitch. Like, you telling me this bitch is like 33, 34 or something? Honey, this bitch look... Now, King Payne don't look bad himself. He just looks more true to age. Like, if I did not know any of these people, I would guess that King Payne is somewhere between the ages of 29 and 32 years old. But if I had to guess darn on Hershey's age, I was thinking Hershey might have been like 24 to 26. So to find out that Hershey is in her later 30s, child, that's youthfulness right there, honey. That was an instant fail right there for King Payne to bring up the comparison. Almost as worse as darn going William trying to compare Jayla and darn on Nicole's body shapes, child. But moving on from that, everybody's going to the damn bathroom. I was like, this damn bathroom ain't but so big, y'all. Everybody in the bathroom now, honey. Now here goes Nicole talking about she darn going Olivia Pope, honey. To this day, y'all, I still have not seen a whole episode of Scandal except for the one episode that Annalise Keaton was on during the crossover event. And it seemed like it would be a show that I would gravitate to. It's just one of those fabulous shows that I've never gotten to see. I've never seen Scandal. I've never seen Game of Thrones. I've never seen any of darn on 50 Cent's productions. You know, the Raising Kanan and the Power. I've never seen any of those. Except for a partial episode where Lala got shot in the head. And I've seen like snippets, but I've never seen a whole episode. So Scandal is one of those shows I ain't never seen. But yeah, she comes in trying to calm King Payne down, talking about she said whatever that name is that Eminem was in the movie or whatnot. See, y'all know that's another bitch. Honey, he's the epitome that darn gone made way for darn gone Frumpty Dumpty Pillsbury Doughboy shape having ass. Woohoo! Honey, darn gone William thinking he's the baddest. It all started with this darn gone motherfucking darn gone rat looking motherfucker called Eminem. I don't fuck with him either. But yeah, it all started with him and black men darn gone uplifting the bullshit. But we ain't gonna drag Eminem today. But honey, she compared him to Eminem in that movie. Honey, this is where Wim was not having it. Wim was within his rights to go off, but it's like it's not you going off, but it's how you went off that just turned people off. Cause it's like, now girl, you are already problematic. You came into this with us already having a whole nother view of you from a different show. That ironically you recorded after all of this, but it showed before this. So it's like we already got a negative view of you. And it's like, you know it's bad when you going up against somebody who is also very polarizing, that a lot of people don't see it for Nicole, but then we had to darn going be like, now bitch, you doing a lot. You is doing a lot of rah-rah towards the trans. Like you got up and was rolling up in her face and doing all the things. And it's like, now wait a minute, bitch. Now why are you standing up aggressive? Like, what you fixing to do? Now you didn't have that same energy over there on Bad Boys. But you jumping all up. I was like, now all that's uncalled for. Now it was one thing for you to cuss her ass out. Now she deserved to be cussed out for all the slick shit that she was talking to you all throughout the night. Or you could have darn gone read her the fuck. But see, it's hard for you to read her down because she's naturally a pretty bitch. You can't call her broke because you was talking about pretty and paid with this darn gone forever. See, once again, in the words of Buffy Purcell, and darn gone Nicole actually reminds me of like a Buffy Purcell in a way, but it's like wealth whispers, rich jingles, honey. For bitches who darn going is new to money and have to show out, it's like you got to darn going brag about money all the time. The ones who really got to brag ain't really rocking the coins like that. The ones who are naturally affluent, it just shows. Like with Nicole don't have to really say anything. What you see around her shows. The fact that she's the only one darn going having high-end commercials, buying the commercials. The looks, the elevated looks that looks like the bitch could be darn on a confessional for the Real Housewives franchise. Her house is actually a darn house, not no little apartment where she has to worry about noise ordinances and all of that. She had a house big enough to hold 60-some people up in it and have extravagant dinners and shit. See, wealth goes without saying. You naturally see it. So it's really not much you can read her on except for her darn stank ass attitude. You can read her down on her nasty darn deposition about herself. Because girl, you ain't really serving nothing with this darn Michelin Man, Pillsbury Doughboy hybrid having darn body over here that you serving. And you want to jump up and get all butt with her, honey. It did pay for darn like Nicole said on Instagram, it did pay for none of the men to be up in the room at the time. It did pay for Poetic nor Richbond to be up in the room. Or honey, we would have seen William getting his ass whooped yet again. And then this where it got ironic. It was like, now, you came to talk to King Payne, and King Payne is the one mediating, talking about don't let all this shit with us darn rub off on you. I was like, God damn. Y'all know y'all fucked up when King Payne darn becomes the voice of reason, honey. Then it gets so bad with King Payne just being over the shit. And I guess King Payne was trying to take the high road, and the producers were like, wait a minute now, we need a damn scene. Hold on now. King Payne, you supposed to be the ones going all up. Well, in hell, King Payne already did that. King Payne darn called Hershey broke and all this, and I made this, and I was like, now girl, y'all in season 2, y'all ain't clearing not even 100,000 views, honey. Y'all, all of y'all hoes are on the come up, child. No pun intended to the come up franchise. So it's like, you ain't made nobody. You still establishing your damn self. You ain't even crossed 10,000 subscribers, girl. If you don't humble yourself, darn King Payne. Talking about you made somebody. But King Payne was so over it, honey. Producers trying to, I guess, darn keep him in the scene. Honey, King Payne was like, some of these bitches on drugs and shit. And it's like, I ain't got time for this damn shit. And ultimately, King Payne was composed for the most part. But it was something about Hershey. And like Hershey said, because I seen the after show with Hershey, he just did an interview with somebody. And Lord knows, I hate darn mentioning interviews and not knowing people's names. Let me see if I can pull up the name real quick, and I got to get up out of here because like I said, I'm starting my live stream at 6 o'clock, and I want to go to this restaurant downtown for the very first time. Oh Lord, we getting a G status most iconic moments that is appearing sometime tonight. Okay. But I'm trying to go to my history real quick to see what was the interview that Hershey just did. It was on TTB. Oh, shit. It doesn't show the person's name, though. And I ain't about to hold y'all too tough to darn gonna get this name, so charge to my mind and not my heart. Oh, okay, so the woman's name is Rakisha. Y'all know I like to darn gonna cite my sources and, you know, give everybody their proper props and whatnot. But shout out to Rakisha. She gave a fabulous interview. I caught the tail end of it. It's an hour and 37 minutes. I caught like the last half hour of it. So Hershey Boo, I'm going to have to, you know, go back and listen to it. But the parts that I did hear was darn going good, honey. But where was I at, though? Yeah, King Payne was accusing people on being on drugs and shit. And then he was the one that hosted the Aftershow, right? And some of the... I was glad that people was holding the folks accountable. Cause it's like usually people be on the live streams brown nosing folks, honey. And you know, they came in and held King Pain to task. They was like, King Pain, you was out of order, bitch. You was out of order. They also held another bitch to darn on task. Oh, and we gonna get to that in a minute, honey. Oh, we at the end, so I guess we'll talk about all the extra stuff now. I forgot to mention in the last live stream, what was my thoughts on Nicole's hair? Because I said I was going to mention about her so-called weave in episode 3, and I never got around to it. Now, the beautician in me, because y'all know I am a licensed beautician, I specialize in medical aesthetics, and I do have a passion for hair. I guess some people would call me a colorist because, you know, colorist as the hair, not the colorist discrimination with the skin. But because I do have appreciation for, you know, lightening and that of the hair. Even though y'all never see me with my own hair, honey. That's how most beauticians are. It's like we be working on everybody else shit, and then we just be plain Jane with our shit. And hell, I don't got much to work with. I'm still trying to recover my stuff, honey. Like I said, give me a year on hormones. My hair supposed to more likely to be coming back. Matter of fact, I'm gonna, if y'all subscribe to my DivaWuan channel, it's long overdue that I give y'all a hair update to show y'all what's going on underneath this darn turban. But I do suffer from Norwood grade 4 hair loss, progressing into like Norwood grade 5. Yeah, more likely I'm currently like 70%. I'm going to have a hair transplant, unless the hormones is able to reverse the stuff in conjunction with the minoxidil that I'm using. And when I go to my upcoming appointment this Tuesday for my hormone checkups and stuff, I want to see about getting back on finasteride, but have my dose increased from 1 milligram to 2.5 milligrams a day. But as far as Miss Nicole, I didn't think she was wearing a full wig per se, or even 2 wigs, because it was giving RuPaul's Drag Race, let the best bitch win, RuPaul's Drag. I was like, now Nicole, what the fuck is going on, girl? It's like, it's all frizzy up here and then it's curly in the back. It's like she put Eco Styler on in the back and it was defined. But it's like she wanted to give Diana Ross in the front. And both looks could have been fabulous individually, but it's like mixing pizza and ice cream. Like, it just don't go together. It's like either give me all of Diana Ross and have all the hair, you know, out like Shaka Khan, shock. Like, honey, I love the Shaka Khan effect. Give me Shaka Khan. Give me darn going Diana Ross. Give me darn going full hair Beyonce. But bitch, you can't have your hair looking like Diana Ross in the front, frizzy and fluffy and gorgeous. Because I still think it's gorgeous if it was like that all over. But it's like you giving me Diana Ross in the front, and then in the back you giving me Chili from TLC. And I creep. Hey, bitch, you got to give me TLC all over, or you got to give me Diana Ross all over. But bitch, you can't darn gonna mix Diana. It's like, and that's a perfect example of 2 fabulous women who are badass on their own or in their respective groups, because both of them are from a trio group. But you will never, nobody's ever asked for a Chili and a darn on Diana Ross collab. And that goes the same thing with their hair. Both of them got loose curly hair. But Chili is known to have her hair more defined and silky all the time. And Diana Ross is known for letting it free like her daughter, Tracy Ellis Ross. So, I was thinking 1 or 2 things is going on. I was like, okay, either this is all her hair and she's in desperate need of a shape. And it's like, now how in the hell is you a upper echelon? Because she ain't no regular hood chick darn on beautician. Like, she's a upper echelon beautician. She's a celebrity beautician, but your layers are not layering right. I was like, now how is this frizziness is up here, and then it's a huge, and then it's like the curls are dropping like this. Like, it don't have no natural layer effects. It's like, we ain't got no diva cut going on or whatnots, or, you know, we ain't. Yeah, the curls wasn't layered right. Now, granted, Just because she's a licensed beautician does not mean she is specialized in natural styles. There's a lot of beauticians that don't know how to actually do ethnic hair, even if they do have, texture, ethnic hair they damn selves. But it's like, if you want to be a darn on upper echelon beautician, you got to be, your hair is your advertisement. Like, you can't, it's like a dentist with bad teeth. It's a no-go. It's like an esthetician with bad skin. Like, you can't be marketing clear skin and you have fucked up skin yourself. You can't be a top of the world renowned esthetician, a cosmetologist to the stars, and your hair is looking like, what's going on? So, yeah, that was giving me with Nicole. It was like, it was her natural hair trying to blend in with some looser clip-ins. Because I do believe she had the Kenya Moore effect going on. I believe, like, the majority of that was her hair. But she had some clip-ins that was similar to her hair type. But the texture, it was her hair type, but the feel, the textureness was different. Like, because Nicole's hair is like a 3B curly, but you have 3B hair that's very silky, like once again, chilly. But then you have 3B hair that's very texture and coarse, like Beyonce. Beyonce and Chili has the exact same hair type. Now it gets a little bit more complex because Beyonce also has some 3C and a little bit of 4A up in her hair as well. But just the 3B part we're comparing is like, one is more afro textured and one is more silky. So it was giving me like, yeah, the textures just don't go together. Now since then, she's done a bit on Instagram. She's been doing like Kenya Moore, darn gone showcasing that she got all the lengths and shit. I was like, okay, bitch, darn gone. Once again, make another reason for us to hate your motherfucking black ass. It's like, you got this head full of good grade of 3B silky curly hair. Meanwhile, I'm over here take my shit off. I look like goddamn Fred Sanford. But, now Taj. Now, we loved you up until this point. Now, bitch, you made me have to darn gonna look at you with the side eye. And like I said, these live streams will make you change your whole perspective of a bitch. Because y'all know I was giving Miss Taj her darn going flowers and everything. This is the manager and best friend to Nicole. The beautiful chocolate sister that be up in the darn gone spot, the cisgender woman. So she got her motherfucking ass up on the darn gone live stream, right? Talking about she can't stand when the men act like darn going women. It's like that bitch shit and all. I was like, now hold the fuck up now. And darn going to see now her King Payne, your ass was wrong for not checking her and be like, well, now wait a minute now, bitch. I'm in that umbrella. What the fuck you mean you don't like the feminine darn on men? What the fuck you talking about? And then she tried to clean it up when she realized she fucked up. But once again, a drunk mind, a drunk darn going person speaks a sober mind and her thoughts, honey. That's how you really felt like the girls on Mad Day. And then this what further pissed me off. She go bringing in her gay friends who don't even fit the stereotype of what you was really talking about. That's like Macy Gray a few weeks ago was talking trash about the trans girls. And then she has a sit down with Flame Monroe, of all people, who identifies as a man over 90% of the damn time. Of all the trans women, she could have sat down with T.S. Madison, Angelica Ross, LaVron Cox, Hope Giselle, or whatnot. She sat down with the one that is the shucking and jiving and jiggly of it all. You darn gonna insult a whole community of people. Then you try to tell us how we should feel about it. So it was like... This bitch pissed me off so much. It was so much within a short period of time. It was like, first you said what you said. Then you try to backpedal on what you said. Then you trying to darn go and say, well, I got gay friends. That's like a white person say some type of foul shit, call a black person a nappy-headed hooligan or a cockroach and say, oh, I was just meeting this particular black person. See, I got black friends. You see how that wouldn't work? So why in the world you think you bringing two butch queens on the screen was going to work? Especially considering the insult wasn't even for them. Not because you cool with them, but because they actually don't fit the feminine darn going stereotype that you was really referring to. So yeah, that rubbed me all the way the wrong way with Miss Tasha, honey. I'm going to take a phrase from Nicole's book, your boss's book, and say, bitch, that's strike one with me, ho. You done pissed me off already. Now, Nicole, your motherfucking darn gonna ass up in the amen court on the low. You on strike too. You talking about darn gonna Jayla's on strike too. Bitch, you on strike too with me too. And that's why I say I'm so conflicted with goddamn Nicole. Because just when I want to like this bitch, she always turn around and do something. And then it's starting to become a repetitive thing. There's always some shit that goes on off the show that darn gone gets me with goddamn Nicole. Now, last week, bitch, you was darn gone talking shit about the girls who do OnlyFans. Talking about, oh, you can't hang around prostitutes and shit, this, that, and the third. And it's like, first of all, bitch, not everybody on OnlyFans messes around with people. I can put my own self in that shit. It's like, honey, you ain't finding out one clip of me sucking no damn dick or twirling on no dicks or anything. Not everybody on OnlyFans is darn going engaging in hardcore porno hoes. So it's like, you talking about you can't mess around with the girls with OnlyFans. OnlyFans is not just pornography, girl. Now, granted, a lot of girls do that, but that doesn't mean that that's the only thing that people do there. So you already rubbed me the wrong way with that shit. Then here you is with your friend, and you justifying her darn going homophobic raised just because you're in the token exception. Because she's not mad with you or anybody near you. It's like y'all trying to justify the bullshit that she said. But she said what she said. Like I said, that just irritated the fuck out of me with darn going Miss Tasha. But like I said, I'm not gonna write her off. I do believe in giving people up to 3 chances. And like I said, Nicole, god damn it, you in episode 4 and you already on 2 strikes with me, honey. William is on darn gonna strike 1 with me. Honey, by the time we get to probably episode 8, I'll be fully written Nicole off. Tasha might be safe, honey, because Tasha got further clarified it later on when she got her ass sober. But like I said, that just irritated me the wrong motherfucking way. It's like, bitch, and you on an LGBT platform where the majority of the girls are going to be the girls. You going to be flaming. And you darn going talk about you darn going, and once again it perpetuates that darn going glorifying of the trade / more masculine butch queen archetype. It's like you uplift the rich bombs and the poetics of the world at the expense of the Hershey liqueurs and all the other girls of the world. Now, do I think she hates other trans women as far as Nicole? Now, I can't say that. Now, some of y'all was going as far as to say she don't fuck with other trans women. I ain't going to say that too tough, because it's like, just because she don't fuck with the only other trans girl on the platform doesn't mean she has a disdain for everybody. And we haven't really seen her interactive on a large scale to say that she doesn't fuck with other girls of the community, period. Because I don't even like to really gauge it by social medias and stuff to a certain extent. So it is a little bit too early to say that she's one of the girls that likes to just be around the guys. I ain't going to necessarily say that. But I do say, I will say this. Nicole do be darn on upholding a lot of bullshit. Like I said, with her friend Taj, she was out of order. And then her slick comments about the working girls. It's like, girl, just because that's not your ministry, don't put somebody else inadvertently down talking about you wouldn't walk with them. Hell, even God walked with lepers and thieves and prostitutes. Bitch, what makes you think you better than somebody? Because you afraid of being judged. It's like, girl, bye. You your own darn gone business woman. Why in the hell you worried about being judged? Like I said, Nicole, strike 2. I'm trying my best to darn gonna stick around with you, but you make it so goddamn hard. Tasha, don't fall victim to your, and also get written off too. But that is it, y'all. Y'all give me y'all thoughts. Leave it down below. Feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see y'all soon with more videos. Mwah.